idea of what we're taking a look at this time, let's go ahead and first take a look at the packaging. Now, the packaging for this series is significantly different from what we've gotten in the past. Also, these figures are only, I'd say, maybe 4 inches tall, but I really dig the packaging. It's nice, it's vibrant, and it really shows off the character and the toy. And if you notice, these Rangers are actually called Mega Rangers. This is the Fire, or Fuego Ranger. We've got Green Forest Ranger, Yellow Earth Ranger, Pink Sky Ranger, Blue Water Ranger, and a Mooger. It's called a Mooger. Okay. I have absolutely zero idea why they chose the name Mooger. But they were definitely not called that in the Japanese Super Sentai Shinkenger. Each figure has a nice little description back here and pictures of each of the Rangers with the swords that they come with. Now, as you saw with the packaging, each of the Rangers come with their signature weapons. Red comes with its giant sword, green comes with its staff, yellow comes with its giant shuriken, pink comes with its fan, and blue comes with his bow and arrow. And the Mooger comes with the sword. So let's go ahead and take a look at these guys out of the packaging. Here are all the guys out of their packaging. Now, I absolutely adore these figures. I think these guys look phenomenal. I mean, check out the detailing on just the whole body is well molded and well detailed. And I really give Bandai credit for going the extra mile and giving us the 2 female Rangers as well. I think it's really important to represent all of the Rangers. And I absolutely love the Mega Ranger costumes. I just absolutely love it. The Mooger looks okay. He's not bad looking, but he's alright. But compared to the Rangers, he's really nothing. Now, each of the Rangers does come with a signature weapon that we're going to take a look at here in a little bit. And I'm sorry, but the camera keeps auto-focusing on me. So, how big are these things? Well, they're actually pretty darn tiny. Here is Henkei Sunstorm. It is one of the Seeker molds. And, well, yeah, they're significantly smaller than a Seeker mold figure. Considering their price point, I'm surprised they're not a little bit bigger. They are very, very posable for a figure of this size. You've got a full range of motion here. You've got a bending elbow, rotating wrists. The heads do rotate 360. They have very limited up and down movement. The legs are articulated as well. Knee joints, single knee joint, and then swivel joint right here on where the boots go. All the swords can be stored on the Samurai Ranger's left hip, just like in the show, though they're so big they look a little weird, and they really do throw off the balance of the figure as a whole. One major issue I have with these figures, that's with all of them, except for the Mooger, which I'll talk about in a second. Well, that's the other figure. They have They have a really hard time standing up, and it's primarily because these joints in the hips they're not super loose, but they're just loose enough so the whole figure is top heavy. And that's one thing I don't want to complain, but this is a solid piece of plastic on every single one of these figures. The chest piece is a solid piece of plastic, therefore making the figure super top heavy. Unfortunately, there's no posability in the abdomen region like you have with, say, a Marvel figure. Another main issue I have is with actually the lady molds. They really don't want to stand up, and I think it's because they are top heavy. No jokes. The head is slightly bigger than should be on the size of this figure, and their feet are significantly smaller than the males, as you can see. I mean, they're a 3/4 of the size. They have the same posability, but I keep feeling like I'm going to break it because, especially with the arms, these are thin arms. I mean, these are really thin arms. But otherwise, the quality is okay. And as you can see, I mean, I'm not putting a lot of force on it, and I'm just bending the arm pretty good. Well, it's supposed to bend at the elbow, but I'm actually bending the plastic pretty well. Also, there's no back. I mean, the human spine does not curve like that. It's okay on the guys. It's still a little silly, but on the ladies, it really doesn't work right. I guess they were going for exaggerated. I don't know. But anyway, so I actually really, really dig these figures. I think they look phenomenal. I think they look better than what we're going to get in the show. I hope instead of just getting the samurai cloth like they do in Shinkenger, I hope this is their powered up form because that would just be awesome. Now, these guys being put off to the side for now, which we'll come back to them in a second because I want to show you them with their signature weapons, the Mooger. I want to talk about the Mooger. This thing is a piece of junk. It looks okay. Its paint apps are nice. That's fine. However, every bit of posability that's awesome on these guys is completely eliminated by his armor. That is the range of his motion in his shoulder. Same range of motion on the elbow. Head, that's the range of motion on the head because of these bits. Legs, forget it. Because of the rear armor plate and the crotch plate, that's it. And knees, with force, can bend, but what good is it? So this is about all this guy can do. I mean, he can't even be a good head crab. I mean, he can't even just come and eat your face because he can't bend down to reach it, especially if you're ducking. He can kind of whack you with the sword, though. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the Rangers with their weapons. So here we have the weapons, the Rangers with each of their weapons. Now, before we continue, I just want to show you one thing. These are the directions that come with every single figure. Notice that it's not real descriptive, but I just noticed something. Space Alien Nanashi. Okay, evil space alien. But according to the information on the back of the box, they're evil underworld things. Oh, whatever. Alright, so these are the weapons. You've got the Land Slicer for yellow, the Heavens Fan, Water Arrow, Wood Spear, and Giant Sword's name that I cannot pronounce. However, as you might have already noticed, when you equip the weapons, all the problems that the figures have with posability limitations and just top heaviness become disturbingly apparent. These figures look good. I'm not going to lie about that. I love the look of them, but overall, their quality, Bandai, you've made leaps and bounds over your old toys, but you still have a long way to go. These guys look great, but the hips on all of them are just so loose, they just fall over at the drop of the hat, especially the green one. Also, one thing that I didn't mention before, the characters can't dual wield anything that's shorter than the wood spear. And that curve is the way it was packaged. But the one thing I needed to mention was if you put the legs straight, the one leg looks okay. The other leg, however, has some issues. It looks like the plastic has been stretched and you can kind of mold the plastic back, but it doesn't really work all that well. I mean, you see it's already moved back some, but it's going to return to that other position. That's one thing I've noticed on especially with the green and the blue. The way they were packaged, they're just a little bit too tall. Also, this giant sword is too big for him because he'll just fall right over. It took me almost 5-6 minutes of fiddling with him just to get him to stand up for this video. But as you could see, he just wants to stay laying down. I don't blame him though. But I have to give Bandai a lot of credit. Like I said, huge leaps and bounds style-wise, but function-wise, they're still a little lacking. You're almost there, Bandai. So would I recommend these things? Look, if you guys really want to pick up a set of Rangers that are awesome looking and you really don't care about how posable or how sturdy they are, then this is a set that I think you should pick up. Otherwise, I would wait. I'm sure there are going to be better figures than this, but these guys are pretty cool. I like them, but there are still, as I said, there are a lot of problems with this line so far. And he is a mooker. I mean, seriously, that is the dumbest name ever. Grrr.